Welcome back to the shop, everyone. We've got a quick one today, taking place between November 8th and November 14th, 2021. We're going to start by watching me open up a brand new hole saw, and I'm using a hole saw instead of the grinder because I want the curves on this mid plate to kind of flow. I don't want harsh corners, which I would get out of the cutting disc. So I went ahead and I bought a new hole saw in order to make it just a little bit nicer and flow and be a little bit cleaner in my opinion. So what I did there is I just put a little bit of cutting fluid on the piece so that the hole saw stays cool. Nothing dulls a blade more than heat, so keep your tools or keep your bits clean and it'll last you a long time. So I'm just kind of loosely fitting this mid plate in place, and I still have the steering column kind of attached, so this will give me an indication whether or not that mid plate's going to be in the way of the steering shaft, and you know, as far as I can tell, I don't think it is, so I think I'm good to go. Yeah, so right there I was just checking the fit of the mid plate against the headers. Now I made the first cut with the big hole saw. As you can see, I'm switching it out for the smaller hole saw just to kind of knock out a little bit on the side. And same thing, I'm using the hole saws just to make it round and flow a little nicer. So right now what's happening is I'm putting the mid plate down behind the block, and in the back of the block there's two little locating dowel pins, and you can see right there I'm putting my stepper bit in the hole because I'm going to open that hole up a little bit so that the entire mid plate will slip over that dowel pin, and I'll get the mid plate tight to the block and make sure that I have clearance around the headers everywhere. In reality, I don't necessarily need to do this because the way it's going to go is I'm going to have my bell housing and then the mid plate, so the mid plate's actually spaced off, you know, about 3/4 of an inch back, but for testing I just make sure I have enough clearance all the way around it that I'm not going to have any issues. And so with that, the mid plate slid onto the dowel pins, it's tight to the block. I've got clearance around all the headers now, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. So the rest of this video is me just cleaning up the shop. There's really nothing interesting going on, but as always, this is part of the car building process, so I'm showing it. Stick around if you want, or you can just, you know, end the video now because you're really not missing anything. If you have stuck around, I'd like to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.